wouldn't have thought anybody would write a fart that well-nigh blinded Absalom in ancient days. All those people hopping and humping at night, framing around. Just like last year at Ollie's party when she and I left because they had threesomes and Polaroids. Because we loved each other too much. Because it was something you'd be sorry about the next morning. Her name is Jane. Once I cheated on her. I was drunk in Pittsburgh. They bragged on me for being a fly in the South. This girl and I were together in a fancy apartment in the Oakland section. The girl did everything. I was homesick the whole time for Jane. When you get down to it, there isn't much to do. It's just arms and legs. It's not worth a damn. The first thing Jane did was to go out on that houseboat trip with the movie star that was using this town we were in South Carolina to make his comeback film. I can't tell his name, but he was short and his face was old and pig-like now, so the way he was in the days when he was piling up the money. He used to be a star, and now he's trying to return as the main partner in a movie about hatred and backstabbing in Dixie. Everybody on board made crude passes at her. I wasn't invited. She'd been chosen as an extra for the movie. The guy who chose her made animalistic comments to her. This was during our first divorce. She jumped off the boat and swam home. That's how good-looking she is. There was a cameraman on the houseboat who saw her swimming and filmed her. It was in the movie. I sat there and watched it when they showed it local. The next thing she did was take up with an architect who had a mustache. He was designing her dream house for free. She was putting money in the bank waiting on it. She claimed he never touched her. He just wore his mustache and a gold medallion around his neck and ate yogurt at Drew houses all day. She worked for him as a secretary and a landscape consultant. Jane was always good about trees, bushes, and flowers, and so on. She led many a Spare That Tree campaign almost on her own will. She'll write a letter to the editor in a minute. Only 2 buildings I ever worked on pleased her. She said the rest looked like death standing up. The architect made her wear his ring on her finger. I saw her wearing it in the street of Biloxi, Mississippi one afternoon coming out of the store. There she was with a new hairdo and a narrow halter. By God, I was glad I saw her. I was in a bus on the way to the Palms Hotel we were putting up after the hurricane. I almost puked my kidneys out with grief. Maybe I need to go to church, I said to myself. I can't stand this alone. I wish I was Jesus. Someone who never drank or wanted nookie or knew Jane. She and the architect were having some fancy drinks together at a beach lounge when his ex-wife from New Hampshire showed up naked with a single shotgun that was used in the Franco-Prussian War. It was a quaint piece hanging on the wall in their house when he was at Dartmouth and screaming. The whole bar cleared out, including Jane. The ex-wife tried to get the architect with a bayonet. She took off the whole wall mural behind him, and he was rolling around under the tables. Then she tried to cock the gun. The policeman who came in got scared and left. The architect got out and threw himself in the arms of Jane, who was out on the patio.